going on, guys? So today we're talking about another Yu-Gi-Oh! Penny Stock Market Watch. The best-selling Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards under $5. Cards you should be looking out for. First card I want to talk about. We're just jumping right into it. First card I want to talk about. Finally, after weeks of the Curse Eldland and random Eldritch, see if there's any other Eldritch cards. Yeah, I didn't think so. And all these random Eldritch cards coming up, we finally see Eldritch the Golden Lord's version from Maximum Gold Eldorado finally being bought out, and we're getting to the spot. I mean, if you look at the graph here, we're kind of hitting a low point. 464 was the lowest here. 461 back in November when the set first came out. It got all the way up to 7, and it's been slowly, progressively getting down. And that's probably why we're seeing this card all of a sudden become one of the better selling cards under $5. Or actually the best selling card under $5, because this card is kind of hitting in my opinion, it's a valley. It's its lowest point. And we look at the remaining Eldritch cards. This one, RIP. I think, do you still run this Eldritch Synchro? Do they still do these things? Or because of O-Line they do not? I don't know. But anyway, we see a lot of the Eldritch cards are actually really cheap, and I've brought this up before. And I'll just mention it again in case you haven't watched that video already. Eldritch is a great little engine. You can run like just pure stun Eldritch, which is just basically like pure Eldritch. You can run like zombie Eldritch, which is like running some of the cards from one of the zombie structure. I think it's a zombie horde structure deck. I'm not sure which exact structure deck it is, but run some of the zombie cards. Interacting with Zombie World, different things like that, running the Eldritch Fusion monster. But you can also run Eldritch as just like an engine, just like a random Eldritch, like Eldritch Zoo. I know it's been a deck for a while. It's not as great because of Tanky and Barrage. But we also look at Eldritch Invoked has been a deck from time to time as well. And it is a cool toolbox to mess around with. We look at all versions of the Golden Lord. This is the only version. Oh, you have the premium gold version, which is also under $5. So that's convenient. It's keeping them, they're both down there. This is obviously what it is. But both of these sets are also a bit newer, not that much newer. Maximum Gold's not that much newer than Secret Slayers, but they're both a bit newer than this version, right? So, just something to keep in mind, something to look out for. The Eldritch cards, at some point, we're going to stop seeing them get so many reprints. At some point, we're going to stop seeing them get so many versions out there, and the versions that are out there now are going to be the only ones out there for a while. And so this is something to keep in mind. Um, I'm debating on talking about this. The reason I don't want to talk about this is because I had this inclination. I had this feeling, before we talk about this card specifically, I had this feeling that this structure deck was going to be worth a lot. Because I remember going to Meyer, and not even in and Meyer is, if you're not watching this in the Midwestern territory, Meyer is like Walmart, basically, but in the Midwest. I remember going to Meyer, and not even in the Yu-Gi-Oh section, but in the section, like they have a random cards that they sell by the counters. There was like literally 22 copies. Like there was like a full thing charted all the way out, and they were like almost falling off of on sale versions of Spirit Charmer structure deck. And I remember looking up, what do these cards do? What does Familiar Possess Asua do? What is, and then it was like nothing. Like they don't do anything. And I was like, really? So and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm like, oh, this is weird, this is awkward. And yes, I do have my playset of Dark Ruler No More. Dark Ruler No More was one of the best cards when the structure deck came out, around that $5 price tag, and we can see it's not anymore. Right? It even got all the way up to, this version got all the way up to $10.60. Right? And it was sitting down for a while. If we go back, let me see if I can go far enough back. Like I said, at one point it was nearing the $5 mark. It was walking that way. And we look, Regeki is in this set, Twin Twister's in this set, Dimensional Barrier's in this set, 3 great cards, 3 amazing side deck cards. These three are amazing side deck cards. This is a great um, kind of replacement to Lightning Storm, a cheap budget replacement to Lightning Storm. Great lightning, budget replacement. Honestly, there really isn't a budget like this. In some decks, Twin Twisters is actually a phenomenal side deck card. Dimensional Barrier is a great side deck card. Solemn Warning is a solid card. You get tokens. If you're a token trader, you know that tokens are a bit on the expensive side if they're good. And I don't think it'll be too long before these are maybe worth like 50 cents to $1. I mean, the market price is already at 50 cents. Secret Village is also a great side deck card. Sometimes a great main deck card. Um, Metaverse Terraforming, obviously, they're on the ban list. But even if we keep going, like Danko Seka is not that bad. Book of Eclipse is not that bad. Literally every card outside of the specific archetype in here, and that's what was so weird about this structure deck, was that the structure deck itself was horrendous. And if we look at, like, just take, for example, the Ice Barrier structure deck, right? The Ice Barrier structure deck, if I can find it real quick, Freezing Chains, that's right, that was the name. It wasn't really like this. It was like, there's some cool Ice Barrier cards, like Revealer's a great card, and Zujin's a great card, and Hexa, this card up here, let me see if I can find the name. Freezing Chains is a good card. But the structure deck itself didn't have, like, the generic cards were like Gen X Controller, Gen X Undying. There's like no Moria of Greed. I think Salvage is in it. Where Art Thou's in it? Yeah, here we are. Surface, Salvage, Heavy Storm Duster, Fiendish Chain. I think one of the bigger ones was a pointer of the Red Lotus, Dupe Frog, Rodent Totem, No Swap Frog, Crackdown. Right, and so the point I'm trying to make is that, before we jump into Pokemon, because I accidentally clicked on that, is that that's not how this Spirit Charmer structure deck was designed. Is seemingly we're on Brionac right now. And the reason we're talking about it now is because now Effect Veiler, the version from that structure deck, is one of the best selling cards under $5. And I think the reason for that is because so many people have access to it. I don't think this specific card is a good one to invest in. I'm still down for the Dual Devastator version. If you look at the best selling Effect Veilers right now, because it's still under best selling. The best selling Effect Veilers, we got the Platinum Rare version, which I think is the best version. And I think that's the most expensive version too, right? Or there's an ulti, right? Whereas I could have sworn there was an ultimate rare version of Effect Veiler that was like stupid expensive. I think the premium gold version is a little bit more expensive. And the thing is, just with Effect Veiler in general, even though it's not really what I wanted to talk about, Effect Veiler, Infinite Impermanence, Max C, if it ever comes back, Ash Blossom. They'll always have, like, they'll either be good or great. Like, there are some formats where either the best deck doesn't have to summon more than 5 times to make a good board, or the best deck can put up a monster or Omni Negation before the 5th summon very easily. And so it can play around Nibiru. Right? Droll and Lockbird. That's another card that we see randomly is great, randomly is not. And so, but there are some hand traps that are going to be great no matter what the format is. And no matter what the format is, Effect Veiler has been one of them. But really what I'm trying to talk about right now is if you can find it for $10, go do it. Because you can literally go get this structure deck for $10, get like a playset. Get yourself playsets of Raigeki, Twin Twisters, Dimensional Barriers, Solemn Warning, 12 tokens, Secret Village, Danko Seka. You can get the structure deck itself, like the familiar structure deck, because like they don't need Effect Veiler and Dark Ruler no more. Like I don't know why these are even in the structure deck. Like this is a spellcaster, which might be why it's in the Spirit Charmer structure deck. But like the Spirit Charmer archetype in it of itself doesn't need. So if you what I'm trying to say is if you want a free deck, get 3 copies of the Spirit Charmer structure deck, sell Dark Ruler no more, sell Effect Veiler, get your money back for the $10, and you can even have these side deck staples like Raigeki, Twin Twisters, D Barriers. If I can find it, mark my words, if I can find it, you will see a Spirit Charmer structure. You see a Spirit Charmer's deck profile on this channel if I can find the structure deck for $10. And if you're really serious about it, you're like, I want to do it, Connor. How do I go find it? How do I go find these structure decks? My experience, Target used to be great. It's not as great as it used to be. There's just some incidents that happened during COVID that made Target a little apprehensive about selling trading cards. Walmart is great. If you're in the Midwest territory, Meijer is great. Um, and there's probably some, stores specifically outside of the Midwest that have it as well. Barnes and Noble, though. Barnes and Noble has been one of my favorite places to get sealed product. I'm trying to think. Since since I've ever been into Yu-Gi-Oh, because Barnes and Noble, like, obviously your locals might have the Spirit Charmer structure deck, but your locals is going to be selling it at that $12-13 price mark. That's not what we're looking for. Barnes and Noble always has like sets from like 6 months ago, a year ago, because they don't restock their supply at Barnes and Noble super duper well. Now, Barnes and Noble, just like everybody else, it's a little sluggish because of COVID, but it's definitely like I'm literally going to my Barnes and Noble today after I shoot this video to see if I can find 3 copies of the Spirit Charmer structure deck, and I might even go crazy and get like 5 or 6 different. You know what I mean? Just because it's free money. It's free money because if I can get 6, I can build a deck. I can build a Spirit Charmer structure deck, see if it really does do nothing, and get my money back by selling Dark Ruler No More and Effect Veiler. And then I can sell the Effect Veilers, these Effect Veilers again, and those Dark Ruler No Mores again for $60. And then I just have all of these cards and I can sell those extra 3. So it's really just free money. So like I said, Barnes and Noble, Walmart's always going to be a staple. Walmart's always going to be great. The problem with Walmart is it's literally like opening a pack. You just don't know what you're going to get. Are you going to get the most recent sets? Are you going to get older sets? Are you going to get sets that nobody likes? I don't know. There was a point where the structure deck Spirit Charmers was a set that nobody likes, and now it's still, and even at that $12 price mark, it's not horrible, but we like to get it at that $10 price mark here, on these penny stock market watches. Continuing on though, nothing too unique, nothing too shady. Your Torn Scales, Allure, Call by, this Lyricist, Cosmic. These have all been here for quite some time. And, the last card I really want to talk about, just, this is interesting. Because, okay, on my literally last week's Penny Stock Market Watch, I spent like 10 or 15 minutes talking about Torrential Tribute. Because there's just so many versions of Torrential Tribute. Here's the thing with Blue Eyes White Dragon. The lowest version right now is 60 cents. There's an ultra rare version from the Saga of Blue Eyes structure deck, and I to be honest, of all the structure decks I've seen this one the most, and it's $1. It's literally $1. Like the market price, what did you say the market price was? 98 cents. Literally. All right, let's do this real quick. Okay. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon. None of them are under $1. Let's take a look. So we get this one. 99 cents is the cheapest. So nope, not that one either. This one, it says as low as 50 cents. There's light plays for 90 cents. There's mod plays for 25 cents. And now we're back up to the $1. This one we got one as low as 67 cents. It's just because it looks like it's the same. It literally looks like, because they all do this. They all have like a mod play for like close to $1. And Blue Eyes is not good. Blue Eyes is not getting any new support. I mean, it is, but it's not getting any new good support that's going to make it tier 1. You get this damaged one for 79 cents. Or this heavily played one for 93 cents. I had a damaged Blue Eyes White Dragon. I should have sold it for 78 cents. I'm literally trying to see if I can find a Blue Eyes White Dragon for less than basically $1. I think I already clicked on this one. I'm losing track because they all look the same. And you get my point, right? If you are able to just get a play set of any of them, like for less than $1, you're gonna be winning. You're gonna be doing great things. And if we look at this specific version, this is I'm curious to see if this is the best selling version of Blue Eyes or if it's just the best selling under $5. So the best selling right now is set Structure Deck Kaiba. Um, Obviously this one's a great art. I love this art. Look at this though. Look at this. Like if like it's such a cheese. Yeah, let me see how far we have to go. It's such a great card. One second. One second. Let's just do this. That the Korean $100. Like for absolutely no reason. An alternate art version before we go to Magic here. An alternate art version of the Blue Eye Dragon is $100. And so the point that I'm trying to make with this, as we see, we go to all version that the best selling under $5 is the one that just came out. Like this literally just came out. Like how old is Maximum Gold Eldorado? 2 months old? Like if we go, let me see, 6 months time. November. It's January. And this card, which started at $6, got all the way up to $9, is all the way down to $4.26. And it's still like the cheapest near mint version. How is there a damaged one already? The cheapest near mint version is $4.33. So, and I've talked about Blue Eyes White Dragon before. There's if you can get a hold of Blue Eyes White Dragons for cheap, they're never gonna lose value. They're like there's some penny stocks that just never lose value, and Blue Eyes White Dragons that are under $5 will always be worth they will always be worth something. Goodness gracious. Like there's just it is what it is. It's what's the description? It's the legendary dragon that is the most powerful engine of destruction. It's virtually invincible and very few have faced this awesome creature and lived to tell a tale. But I will say this. Amongst normal monsters, all normal monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh, the one with the most attack is the Blue Eyes White Dragon. So let me know what you guys think. What cards are you most interested in that are under $5? I know we more talked about the structure deck, and Blue Eyes White Dragon in this one, so I'm real curious to see what you guys are looking at because it is getting a little bit stale. Blood is a Legend, El Dorado, same old, Megatons, same old, same old. So what card? Let me know in those comment section down below. Click that like button to show support for the channel. Subscribe for more content, of course, but most importantly of all, have a good day.